Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I am making like a little embellishment and it is like a sort of like interactive little envelope thingy-majiggity to go onto your journal pages, and they sort of like move about, so you can pop it on your page, move it like that. You can do a little bit of journaling underneath and pop them back again. This has got like a little journaling card in there like that. Do apologize, I am still a little bit under the weather, so yesterday wasn't a good day. I was really tired yesterday, so I didn't get a lot done. I think it's taken a lot out of me, this awful fluey buggy thing. So I have been just playing. Last couple of days I've just sort of like started making a few bits to go into the shop, which I am loving. This is what I made to go in here, so I thought you guys might like to have, you know, a little look to see how I made it. So again, it just flips up like that. You can do a little journaling underneath and it just flips back down again, and it's a little pocket, so you can pop in a little journal card or something in there. Now again, I've used my little the vintage portrait photos in here as well, and this one is sort of like got the ladies in it. I've got some more ones to put in there, but I just think this is just beautiful. It's like a no-sew journal, which I've done before, and it's got sort of like eclectic-y bits in here. I've got a little section to do some journaling there, which is lovely, and I wanted one to go onto this page here. So that's another one of these lovely little photos on there. Beautiful. These are pockets, so it's like a little, well actually this one's like a little side tuck on there. Another little bit to do some journaling in. I've added these little bits because I tend to sort of like fill the pages up, so they look really pretty. That's a little pocket, and then you can't really journal on these. That's a little heart with a little bit of bling through it. So we've got flips and flaps and things on here, so I need to add a few more little bits and pieces into that, but that's what I have been doing. And I've also been doing a little bit of free motion stitching as well on here, so I thought I'd make a journal cover, which I am loving. This is so lovely. So that was quite therapeutic to do. So I'm not sure whether it's going to be a journal cover or maybe cut some little sort of hearts out of this and make some embellishments, so we shall see, but I enjoyed doing that. But today we are going to be just making some really nice simple envelopes. Again, I'm going to be using these, and I'm going to be using my brads as well, which I love. Now, I've had some questions on these about can you use anything else except for resin, and yeah, of course you can, but you need a really strong glue, sort of like the E6000 glue or something to stick them on. So you can do that as well. So if you're not a resin person, you can get good super glue, or E6000 is probably one of the best ones to use, and you can do it like that. And maybe, you know, that would be better to stick things on, but I think you'd need resin to that, unless you've got some little cabochons you can pop on the top. But there's all sorts of different ways you can do it. I'm sure you will experiment as well. Okay guys, so what we're going to do, I'll pop those to the side. I've got squares, so you need to start off with squares. So this is, I believe it was 4.5 inches square. Yeah, so that's 4.5 inches, I think. Yes, that was 4.5. So what I'm going to do, I am going to, instead of cutting it from corner to corner, I want to leave a little edge. So I'm going to go 2 centimeters up and pop the little corner there. Shall I show you? Let me just come in just a little bit. So if you see, you've got 2 centimeters there, and then you put that corner on the 2 centimeters there. So, and then we're going to just cut that off like that, so we don't need that bit. And then what I'm going to do, I need to get a little scory tool. I'm going to then pop the corner in each of here, so down that line like that, and then I'm going to score that. Oops. Down like that. So pop that to the side, and then we can come back out again. So we've got that sort of shape. Should I take this out from underneath? And then what I'm going to do, depending, I have got double-sided printed on, so I want this to be the front so I can see the flowery bit. So we need to fold this up, make sure that's folded up like that, and then unfold it, and then we want to take the two sort of like corner ends and just sort of like push them so they sort of like go in the middle. Do you know what I mean? Like that. Now you can have them as wide as you like. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to just have it sort of like that and pinch that. Make sure that's lined up there so they're straight. And this side. And then, so we've got that. Now what I want to do is just cut these little sections off. So let's just get rid of this because we don't want it too thick. And then I'm just going to go down just at a slight angle, just so when we sort of fold it, it sort of folds properly in. Then I'm going to just chop that little bit off there. Super simple. And that's the shape that we're going to have. Now I'm just going to just ink this up a little bit. Now again, this is just another way of sort of like doing a little envelope or like a little pocket. But you can make envelopes quite simply. And then that folds up, and then these just fold in like that. And then you've got like a little pocket in there, which I think is really cute, really simple, which we like. So let's just ink the bits that we can see. So that comes up first, and these go in like that. So I'm going to get a little bit of glue, which is just a little bit of tacky glue. Pop a bit on there, just so we catch that corner. A little bit down here. Again on this side. I'll show you another way you can do this with the leftover bit as well. Oops, make sure it's not too high, and then we just fold that in like that, and that's our little pocket. So it's really simple, isn't it? Isn't that cute? And then that will just have a little journal card or something in there, which looks lovely. So that's that one, that shape. Now with the leftover bit, look, my cutter's not cutting very well. I need a new blade in there. I've been putting it off for ages. So this one, all as we can do, we'll fold these two in just to use this up to make a smaller one. Just fold each piece in like that, just so it's even. We shall get my little blending tool and just ink those little bits up. So again, use any sort of like bits of scrap paper that you've got. This is quite a good one to use up your leftover digital papers, isn't it? If you've got little bits left over. And I'm going to just, we have to glue this one along the bottom so things don't fall out. So we can glue that down through there. Stick this down. Now this won't have such a big pocket. So put that down there. We just glue a little bit this side. So that doesn't have such a big pocket, but it is a little pocket that you can use. And that you can actually just sort of like even stick onto your page as a little pocket as well. Let's see, do we have a little something to put inside? Like that, can you see? Aren't they just the cutest? We like little cute things, don't we? So super simple. So that's the little ones. So there's two ways. So you can either fold it up or just take a triangle and fold in the sides. So easy peasy. Let's put these in here. Shall we make a little something to go inside as well? I do like these. And then what we do, we make a little thing here which moves, so we can stick this little bit to your page, and then it will move. And we're going to use our brads. So shall we make something to go inside it first? let me just take this. Will that fit? Do you think that fit? Ooh. I think that's the postman at the door. I'm hoping it's my new light bulb for my lamps. One of them has gone a bit funny. It's not as bright as the other one, and it keeps sort of flickering, so I've had to buy some more. Look at that. So that's just a piece of card. So this, what did I say? This was 4.5 inches by 4.5 inches, which is what in centimetres? 11.5 centimetres square, that is. So let's pop something on here. We don't necessarily need a little lady, but I think I might. These are lovely. I do absolutely love these. Yes, we'll have that one. I think that one's going to be a little bit too big, so we'll have this one. So lovely. Yes, I've really been enjoying doing my doing some free motion stitching. It was quite sort of relaxing yesterday. Yesterday was a day where I had such a cough and it gave me such a headache. I think they seem to go hand in hand, don't they? So I just sat up here after I had a little nap on the sofa, which was quite nice. Afternoon nap. It shows how when you're getting old, doesn't it? I do feel it at the moment. A little afternoon nap on the sofa. I don't know. But I was coughing so much that it just gave me such a headache. So, and then you just don't feel like doing anything. I didn't feel like doing a video at all. So today I thought I would. Feeling a little bit better. But it does sort of go up and down, doesn't it, with this? One day you feel good and the next day you don't. But I've just had a phone call to say I've got to go and have my tetanus. I think it's my last tetanus on Friday, so I don't mind injections. I'm not one that hates them, but I don't mind. It's got to be done, hasn't it? Okay. Like that. Let's have a little bow. I think I'll put a little bow on the outside. Let's just chop that off. Yes, I've been having fun as well making that little journal. I haven't quite finished it yet. Oops. Okay, little bow. This is still my little pot with all my little bits and pieces in here. What have we got? Should I add a little bit of this to the back? That might be quite nice, won't it? What do you think? Which way round does that go? Do we need that on there? That's quite nice, isn't it? I'm gonna get my bigger scissors. Just chop that little bit off. That's quite pretty. And I do like these. I'm sure I've got some more of these somewhere. She looks like she's a pearly lady. But I'll put those over there. Right, let's have a little bit of glue. Let's pop this on. And then we can pop this into the journal. I don't want to make too many. Like that. Should I pop this on? I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. I'm not going to sew on these ones. I'm going to stick it onto, oops. Stick that onto there. Like that. And a little bit more. There we go. And then we can just pop that on there. Like that. So that's just like a little journaling card with a little bit of pink. Because my journal has got quite a bit of pink in it, so that will go with it quite nicely, won't it? So that one is going to go into there, like that. We shall pop the little bow on. I think that will look quite nice, won't it? Maybe I should have put this on after, really. That can go on there. Lovely, look at that, that's really pretty, isn't it? And then what we're going to do, we're going to add the little movie bit. I did have a bit of card here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my little diddy one, which is 1/2 inch. I'm going to make a little hole first. Oops, this way around. We want one with a hole in and one without, so put that on there, one without, and then we want to make a little hole in the top of here, like that. Perfect. Right guys, what little brad shall we use? I'm quite liking this little one. That's quite pretty, isn't it? Do you think I should really just chop, oh, it's got polystyrene on. I could really, with my pliers, just chop a little bit of this off. It's a little bit too long. So guys, have you had a go at making these yet? Because they are fab. As long as you make sure that you put them under your lamp for long enough. Look, I've got polystyrene on this one. Oh gosh, I should have stuck that on last, really, shouldn't I? I've had lots of questions about curing, but you must make sure they go under your lamp for a good 5 minutes. I put mine under there for 5 minutes, or I do it a little bit, and then I make sure when I've made them all, I pop them under the lamp for a good 5 minutes more. Okay. Oh, I like that one. That's really, really pretty, isn't it? And then what I'm going to do is just pop a little bit of glue on the back of there and pop this over the top, on the top like that. Hold that down. This is what takes a little bit long time, I can't speak. Just hold that so it's stuck on there properly. And then that moves around. That makes it so this little bit is what you stick to your page. And then you can move that about. And then you've got that pretty little brad on the top like that, which is lovely. So I'm going to take this. Is that stuck on there now? There we go. I'm going to take this and pop this one in here. Where did I want it? On this page? Was it this page? I think it was on here that I wanted to put this. I like that, but I think I need something underneath that as well. So I do love these. Shall I pop that on there? And then this can move like that, and you can journal underneath. That's what I'm going to do. No, I can't actually, because that's got a little tuck in there. That's going to tuck something in. Okay, where shall we put it? Shall we put it on there? That's quite nice, because this can come off. That doesn't necessarily have to be on there. I can put that on another page. That's just a lovely little paper clip on there. That can go on another page, and I think that will look good on there. Don't you think? I think so. It's a nice thing about making these sort of like eclectic-y journals. You can just move things around. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on that little circle, and then pop that down. Now that has to stay for a little bit. Make sure it is stuck. If you start moving everything around. So if I hold that, can you see? That just moves up out of the way and back again. Love it. I think these are fabulous. So that's that one. Now I do have this little diddy one, which we could probably put somewhere. I'm going to actually put this on there like that. Move that little journey bit. Fabulous. And then this is a little pocket here. Oh, I do like that. That's lovely. See, look, that moves about. Oh, I do like interactive things in journals, don't you? I think they are fabulous. Yeah, this one I need something to sort of tuck up in here, but I don't want to use the men in this one. I want to just have the women in this journal. But I do love them. Where should I put that little one? Should I just pop her on there? That's quite cute, isn't it? Like that. Little blob on there. I can stick down onto there. Lovely. Super. So I'm going to just let that dry. And then I'm just going to show you quickly how to make another one. There we go. Let's just pop that over there. Let's just do a little recap. Now this is quite small. I think that's a little bit too small to show you. Let's get another piece of paper. I think 4.5 inches is quite a good size. But again, like I said, you can make them whatever size you like, as long as they are square. As long as you sort of like start off with a square or, you know, a decent size sort of triangle. Look at my cutter desperately needs a new blade. I think I've sharpened it a few times. Okay. Now again, we are going to just get a little, I'm going to cut this first. Or actually I might score it. It might be easier to score it first. Let's score down there and then pop that. Depending on how big you want this bit, this little bit here, you can do it, you know, as big as you like. But I'm going to do this 2 centimeters. Which is, you know, nearly 1 inch. Oh, I don't need to score it, do I? I need to cut it. There we go. There we go. Pop that out of the way. Cut these little bits off. So we got our score line, and then, oops, I want it so this is at the front. But again, you could probably print on the back and the front. So what should we have it? Should we have it just a tiny bit bigger? Or just, as long as you eyeball it, and these are roughly the same distance. Doesn't mean you can measure it if you want, but I'm not a measurer. I just sort of eyeball it a little bit. So those come in. This bends up. Like that. It's just another sort of cute little way of making a little pocket, really, isn't it? So we'll cut down this bit just to that little fold line, and then just a tiny little bit off there like that. Perfect. Little bits out of the way, and then we can ink these. Look, I found a little pot in our little cheap shop. No, it wasn't actually. It was in, I got that in Spain, in their little Chinese shop. That's where I got that from. There we go. Let's just ink this up. I think they were like €1 or something, so it's really handy to pop my little daubers in, isn't it? Little blender. Seeing this one doesn't stand up because it's round. What's that like? There we go. Let's just ink this a little bit. So these are super simple, little fun one. Should we just do this one as well? Let's just cut off our little scraggly bits. Bend this in like that. This one can be a little bit wider, like that. Might as well use these up because you can just add them, stick it to the page. That's what I was going to do, wasn't it? I was going to stick them to the page, and actually instead of adding the brad. There we go. A little bit of ink. Perfect. A little bit of glue. Oops. Let's do this one first. Oops. There we go. Stick that down. And glue this one. Yeah, I'm sure I've got some different papers in my scrap paper box that I could do these with. Look at that. That's just fab, isn't it? Just glue this little bit down and down here. Stick that down. There we go. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Okay. Simple. I do love these little flowery papers. Right, I tell you what I haven't used for a long time, and that is my little flowers, my little rose trim. I haven't used that for a long time. I do love this though. Should we cut? Actually, I've already got one with those on. 2 seconds. Okay, I've got my rose trim here. I haven't used this for ages. Let's find the end. Look, there's the end. What should we have? 5 little pieces. There we go. Pop that on with a little bit of cheeseclothy stuff. Let's pop a little bit of this on. Where's my glue? Here's my glue. A little bit of glue. Pop these on. Pop this one on here. I did do a few more of my little vintage journal cards as well. There we go, which are here. So I've got a nice little pile of these as well, which are lovely. So I'm going to have to do one sort of like a mail little journal as well, which I think is lovely. So I've got lots of lovely cards there, which I did enjoy making those as well. Let's take these little bits off. I think I'm just enjoying being back in my craft room actually. I'm going to put, this looks a little bit bare, so that doesn't look a very nice rose. That looks all scrunched up. I don't think that sewed properly, did it? Look at that, beautiful. There we go. Oops. Put that on there. There we go, that's that one finished off. Let's pop these out of the way. I'm going to just pop these in my stash, these 2 little ones, because I could actually you could sort of almost like double stick that onto there and have 2 little pockets, couldn't you? Oh, I'll keep those in my stash, I think. Should we make another little card to go in it? Do I have another one? I've got a little postcard. That's not going to fit, but that's okay. How big do you reckon? Like that. Let's move these out of the way. tear that down. How big do you reckon? Let's just eyeball this as well. There we go. Is that enough? Lovely. I think it needs to be, oh no, I can pop the little brad there, can't I? It doesn't need to be, it's quite nice, it's quite big actually. I can do a little bit more sort of journaling on it. A little bit of ink, of course. Okay, a little bit more. What should we pop onto this one? So we need the little, she's still a little bit too big. Done this one. This is a nice one, isn't it? That's fabulous. I do like that one. Good popper. Yes, what should we pop underneath? Over this. This is great. This is, I think this was one of my old, very, very old cotton curtain that there were, which have had for years. I think they're IKEA, but they're very, very fragile now. Whoops. Okay, we need something on the back, don't we? Should we have a little bit of lace? Let's pop a little bit of lace. Just a little bit of this. As a little bit of background, you can do that. Is there a right way or a wrong way? I don't think so. Let's just stick that down. I think we'll pop her in the middle, so I just want to pop a little bit of glue down. Just stick these little bits down, and then she can go in the middle of it. A little bit of ink. There we go. Look at that. Take that little bit off. Scrunch that up a little bit. Here we go. Love it. We need something on there. Maybe she will like a little bit of those pearls, wherever I did with them. In here somewhere. There they are. What do you think? Just down one side? Yes. Let's just do these. That's lovely, isn't it? And then that can just pop into there like that. Oh, I do like these. Right, now we need a little brad. What brad can we use on this one? We've got this beautiful little sort of flower on there. I've just got, should we have something fancy, something pretty? Little purple one there. Purple shiny one. It doesn't, it really needs, I need to make some pearly ones really. That might work. Could do with a pearly one. Or should we do a rose? No, that doesn't really go. I'm going to use this one. So we need to again make a little hole in the top. We need the piece of card that I was cutting out of, which is this one, and the little, there we go. So you just need one with a hole and one without a hole, and it's easier to punch the hole in here first before you punch it, because it's near impossible to get that in the middle, isn't it, really, when they're that small. So I'm just going to cut a little bit of this off here. And just give it a little wiggle. Pop that through. Like that. Oh, that's pretty. Then pop the one with the hole on over the top. Now again, I'm using the tiny, tiny little holes like this. The little circle punch. But because they're not, this isn't very big to put the bigger ones on. But you can use, you know, the bigger ones, they wouldn't be so fiddly. I'm going to try and open this up. This is where I break my nails. There we go. Make sure they move about. So that brad just goes on there like that, either side, and then we just glue a little bit of the 3-in-1, or you could probably use a bit of glue gun on there. Pop that on and hold that on for a little bit, like that. Hold that on. There we go. And then we can just pop that in there, like that. Fabulous! Aren't they just so pretty and so simple to make? So there we go, guys. I'm going to get this one back out. Let's just see if this is dried nicely. Look at that. So that just flips around. Can go all the way around like that, which is great. So that's that one. Did I put any in? What was the first one that I did? This one. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Just gorgeous. So I will have 3 in here. So we've got that little one there, and then did I put another one in here? I did, didn't I? There we go. I'm loving this little brad. I think that's fabulous. So there we go, guys. I'm not going to add any more into this because I don't think it needs it, but I just think they are so, so pretty. Look at that. Aren't they lovely? Really simple. So that's using the little photos on here as well from the vintage photo portrait photos. Oh my gosh. And then the brads. But they are lovely. And a super simple little interactive little sort of envelope, isn't it? So super simple. So there we go, guys. Thank you so, so much for joining me. Have a fab rest of the day. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye-bye.